Well, hello there, everyone. It is Wednesday, June the 1st in the year 2022. Hopefully, this finds you doing outstanding. Let me move here a little. Yeah, I can tell my background. I need to center it better, but it is what it is for today. Anyway, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. Nothing like that. But your financial health. Have you done a checkup on your financial health? It's the first of the month. And I know some folks out there in YouTube world say, don't, this is bad, don't do this. But check your net worth, total up your net worth. Why? It's a measure of progress. If your net worth last month was negative $10,000 and this month it's a negative $5,000, by golly, you're making progress. You're progressing towards zero, and then you start building on that. So, but with that being said, guess what tonight is? At 7 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, I will be attempting to go live for the first time on my channel. That means when I go live, you as a viewer have the ability to ask me questions. You can type your questions in, I believe. I've participated as a viewer of other live videos, so I know how it works. You see, like depends on what you're looking at, a phone, a tablet, a computer screen. You'll see various comments scrolling up. Okay, I've watched enough live videos of other folks to know sometimes they're like, they lose track of comments. I know Michael Zuber used to say he would see them, they would disappear, and he might forget what a comment is. So I don't know exactly how I will be when I do this for the first time. I don't know exactly what I'll see. So anyway, it is what it is. It's an experiment. All of my life is an experiment. My investing's an experiment. My financial independence and moving 1,000 miles away is an experiment. My investing in stocks was an experiment. Real estate was an experiment. Oil drilling and mineral rights experiments. So far, for the most part, I've been successful. Okay. So anyway, when it comes to tonight, I will title it something like how I got from 0 to 25 rentals in 4 years. And I will give an introduction while I wait for folks to straggle in. If there's 2 of you or 5 of you, one of you. If there's none of you, I'll just do a video. Okay, it won't hurt my feelings. But if there's 2 of you, 5 of you, 10 of you, 20 of you, whatever it might be, I'll give a brief chat. Could be several minutes, could be up to 5 to 10 minutes. And then maybe I'll just run through how I got 0 to 25 in a nutshell without going into detail. Then I'll open it up to questions. And you know me from me talking, if you ask me a question and it's not like we're having a two-way conversation, so I may babble, go off on a tangent, we'll see. One thing I won't do is if you say, I have $5,000, how should I invest that $5,000? I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do. If you say, Mazske, you used to work for the Motley Fool, I have $2,000 and I want to put $1,000 in 2 great stocks, what should I invest in? I'm not going to answer that question, okay? If you ask me how do you do something, like how do you use a HELOC, how do you use a 401k loan, how do you do a cashback refinance, how do you get a mortgage, how do you find a property manager, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I will attempt to share a story of how I've done it in hopes that you can learn from it, okay? So with that being said, the title of this, once I title it, should be something like Financial Health and More. More is your own health. I'm not doing my collar to show you my shirt, but your own health, your physical health. Both the missus and I have had physicals in the past 4, 5, 6 months, okay? So as part of a physical, we've had follow-up blood work, we've had tests. You may have seen a video I've made a month or 2 back, Mazke's test results, cancer or not, something like that. I won't, if you want to know the answer, go watch it. Obviously, I'm still sitting here. So that doesn't mean I'm not dealing with something. So, but watch the video if you haven't. But then, then we have blood tests and whatnot. And blood tests, I've had physicals as a police officer every single year. In the Navy, it was like every 5 years. When I was 20 years old, when you enter, you get one. When you're 20, you get one. When you're 25, you get one. I left active duty when I was 29, so I got one when I left active duty. Then in police work, every single year we'd get a physical and we'd get an extensive blood work done. All right. So I kept all those physical sheets. They used to give us the results on paper, the blood work on paper. I got it all in a file somewhere. So now that I'm retired, I've gotten physicals from doctors, not the doctor of the police department chose, but my own choice, um, and various. And anyway, I study the numbers is what I do. I study everything, and I'm genetically blessed in a way with low cholesterol. My dad has low cholesterol. My grandparents, I think, at least on my dad's side, I think had low cholesterol. My triglycerides are very low. But one thing I've noticed creeping up over the years is sugar, glucose. There's another test that falls into that category. It is hemoglobin A1C, something like that. That was creeping up. All right. So the missus and I both had those tests, and both our numbers are creeping up. All right. What's it mean by those numbers creeping up? I talked to the doctor. I did some research. Okay. We are making changes in our diet. Why? Because we're both in our early to mid 50s. Well, I guess mid 50s now. We're both in our mid 50s. 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4, I forget the statistic, Americans over the age of 55 or over the age of 6, it might have been over the age of 60. 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, something in there, has, guess what? Diabetes. Diabetes. It's pretty common. Also, 1 out of 3 Americans or 1 out of 4, somewhere in there again, has high cholesterol. Okay? High sugar and high cholesterol leads to different things. High sugar can kill you. High cholesterol can kill you. All right? Now, with that being said, we're all going to die of something. The goal is to push that date back as far as we can. And in the time between now and then, to have the best quality of life that we can with the best health. We don't want to be in a hospital dealing with medical issues. Yes, we got to go to the doctor. Yes, we got to get checks. Yes, we have to get our colonoscopies and endoscopies, etc. But we don't want to be put in a hospital dealing with something unless we have to be. All right. So I started doing some research. I started looking at labels more so than ever because I've always loved reading. As a kid, I would read the back of a cereal box. I always loved reading. And I've heard this before, but I kind of blew it off. But I'm taking it more serious now. Is sugar is added to almost everything out there. Even if you think you're eating healthy. And I'll share some numbers with you. According to the internet, the correct dosage of the correct amount of sugar for an adult male, and this just averaged out an adult male, is 36 grams. An adult female is 24 grams. All right, I'll give you some numbers off the top of my head. We eat a daily cup of yogurt. Some yogurts I was getting had 20 some grams of sugar. I switched a month or two back to a yogurt that has, depends on the fruit in it and the flavor, 13, 14 grams of added sugar. All right, I plan to go to the grocery store later today, and I'm going to buy sugar-free yogurt or no sugar added yogurt, whatever. It might be fruit in there, but no added sugar. There might be natural sugar from the fruit, but no added sugar. Why? If the yogurt is 13 grams, say we have a cup of tropical fruit juice. That's another 13 grams. Say we have some granola. I should have carried the bag in here. I have granola in my house, and I haven't opened the bag yet because that granola says organic. I get some organic stuff. Organic's supposed to be healthy, right? That granola has an added 13 or 14 grams of sugar for a serving size. And I don't know about you, but most serving sizes are less than what I eat, especially when I was younger. It's getting closer to what I eat now, but when I was younger. But if you look at everything, spaghetti sauce, fruit cups, little like Dole or whatever brand fruit cups, cereal, look at a box of cereal, look at ice cream. We got some ice cups, because it's hot, like flavored, the name brand is Luigi's or something, 23 grams of sugar. Look at a bottle of soda, 55 grams of sugar. That's for 54, 53, Sprite, Coke. Look at Mountain Dew. I think that's even higher, 60 or 70 grams for one bottle. Or maybe some of the bottles might be one serving, and there's 2 servings in the bottle. When people buy a bottle of soda, they normally drink the whole thing. All right? So if you add up the sugar you consume, all of you, if you add up, look at what you eat, look at what you drink, look at the labels, because it's all on there, and add it up. Just do an estimate. And if you're having a cup of juice, a cup of yogurt, some granola, you're eating this for lunch, you're eating this for dinner, you're having this for snacks, add up just the added sugar. Don't count natural sugar in an apple or an orange or banana, the added sugar. And it may surprise you, all right? Because if you're exceeding the 36 for men or the 24 for ladies, as time goes on, you may talk to a doctor who might say, hey, your numbers are going up. You need to make some changes. And you might respond, what happens if I don't? Well, if you don't, you're going to be one of those 3 or one of those 4 Americans that when you hit this age, you have an increased chance of getting diabetes. And diabetes is like, wait a second, don't they have to shoot up with insulin? Don't sometimes diabetics lose their vision? Don't they get a leg cut off? I don't want to deal with that. Do you? Same thing with the colonoscopy. That all comes back to what we eat. Heart disease, high cholesterol, it all comes back to what we eat. All right? So look at what you eat. I'm not saying become a health fiend, but fast food is junk. It's fake food, it's junk. It's the French fries, which are so tasty, fried in that processed oil. Bacon, which is so tasty. Google it. Bacon is one of the highest causes of cancer of some sort. Processed meats, like the bacon's processed. Lunch meats are processed. Salami, lunch meats in general have nitrates. They're processed. Increase cancer. If you look around at older folks, what do you hear? They got cancer. They have diabetes. They have heart problems. They have a stroke. Why? Some of it's genetic, but for most people, it comes from what we eat. Knowing that, especially if you're younger than I am, or if you're my age, knowing that, why don't you tweak your diet? All right, and maybe that tweak is you cut out the nightly bowl of ice cream, you cut out the nightly bowl of cereal, you switch to no sugar added yogurt, you cut out the sugar-filled fruit juice and drink water instead, or eat the real fruit instead of drinking the juice, because all juice has added sugar, I think. I haven't checked every single bottle. Kombucha, you look at that. Some of that has 13, 15, 24 grams of added sugar. All right, so sugar, I haven't even mentioned salt. Sugar and salt kill a lot of people. All right, and fat, trans fat in particular. But sugar is the one, they stick it into everything. If you eat in a restaurant and that food is so tasty, there's probably sugar in it. Why? Because as human beings, we like the taste of sugar. We start craving it. So if you're eating all your meals in a restaurant, Michael Zuber, Dion Talks, or most of your meals in restaurants, you are probably getting too much sugar, too much salt. Sugar and salt will kill you. The human being, we should live to be 120 years old. Most humans don't. I probably won't. But why not? Why not? We can't always control the air pollution that we breathe or the dirty water we drink, depends on where we live at. But things we can't control is diet. We can control what we eat and exercise. And I used to be a diehard weightlifter. I never got big and bulky, but I lifted weights a lot. Now I swim and I walk. And we're talking about getting a gym membership to go ride a bike or walk on a treadmill sometimes when it's raining or something, and do some dumbbells. We have dumbbells in the house. But, do some light workouts, because I used to go see a chiropractor. And he would tell me the longer he was a chiropractor, he met so many weightlifters who came to him because they hurt themselves. Because they lift, especially guys, they lift heavier and heavier weights and they hurt their back. They do this, they do that. Physical therapist. I went to physical therapy one time for my shoulder. That the whole rotator cuff in there. Same thing. Athletes do that. But then as you get older, you learn moderation. Everything in moderation. Your diet, I'm not saying never eat ice cream. I'm not saying never to eat this or that. Moderation. Exercise. Moderation. Maybe you're a runner, and that's fine. But maybe you're older and you just want to walk, and you think, oh, walking's for sissies. Walk. It might save your life. Okay? All right, enough being said. Hopefully I'll see at least one or two of you tonight at 7 p.m. as long as my technology works out. And I'll try to center my cabinet better behind me. I got some stuff on the floor to help deaden the sound and echoes and stuff, so I need to adjust it and move over just a bit. All right, stay safe in all you do. Mazske is signing out.